Remember. Do you remember? Do you remember how she laughed and the whole world seemed to glisten gold? And for a moment, that infectious, twinkling sound was all that mattered. That stupid laugh. Do you remember how when he spoke, words as if from myths and legends seemed to flow out, and the whole world stood captivated by those deep, rich tones? Do you remember? Do you remember her smile? The little ray of sunshine peeking through, blooming into a light so pure it seemed to hold happiness itself, and tears would spill as genuine smiles spread until joy and laughter filled the room. Don't you remember? Don't you remember how she held you? Don't you remember how she promised to always be here? Don't you remember? Don't you? Tunnel. Pull me down into the tunnel. It just gets darker and darker in here. I still don't know if I should be afraid or relieved I can disappear. Prisoner. Countless crimes you commit, gravest of them in a heartbeat. Feeling of remorse overwhelming you. Why do you still continue? Bounded tightly by the laws of judgment, want to break them to your heart's content. What's really right, deep down, you know, but the urge to do wrong just doesn't go. We're all slaves to mundane thoughts. Handful of the ones who aren't get tagged as outlaws. Wrong you think and wrong you act. No matter what you do, you're always under attack. Price you must pay for the crimes that you did. In the eyes of society, that's justice indeed. The judges around you will sentence you all right in the prison of your mind, making you a prisoner for life. Friend, restless night for your peace of mind, an easy trade to make. I toss and turn as you lie sound asleep. I think of you. You think of something somewhere far from here. When morning comes and once again you're near, I'll put back on a smile. We laugh, I love, you like, we part, and I'm in the dark again. Delusion. In my mind, it's you and I, lying on a grassy ground, with trees swaying around. But it's only a delusion, only a lie. I yearn for you to be mine. In my mind, it's you and I, and a love story that's only a lie. I want to say that I want you, I need you, I love you with all of my heart, but I am scared. Will you say that you loved me too? Or will this be the end of a fantasy that felt so true? My planter's sensibility. My planter's sensibility breaks through winter frost to rebuke me. An unlikely, unwatered seed comes a spoiled flower in the ripe of spring. Slipping through, I navigate, as Jesus did. I divide and divide, like a wildfire envelops the universe. I divide the divine in the night sky to reach you. I'm gonna start my book today. Maybe I'll write about me, a faceless man who mean mugs, a poet whose words never mean much, a lover who needs to be touched, a student who could not be taught, 'cause my fountain of youth is tainted with arrogance. Starbucks zombies, brazen beans charred within an iron furnace. Misty tendrils tease the nostrils of hallowed zombies. Bitter juice mixed with the liquid of life creates the potion to cure the black-eyed, white-collared cattle of the chattering keys, the artificial freeze, the vibrant mirage of screens, confined to cages of their own in this one-way path to hell. A breath of nausea is prescribed this witch's concoction. Salvation is in the marinated seeds. They create the potion of life. I find it hard. I find it hard to say how I feel. Not that it's easy for anyone. I feel like the leaves on the tree that taps my window. I wanted to stay on the ground, but my branches have never let me. I heard you. You made up your mind, already made me someone else. A mask I didn't make. Pedestal? No, not this time. Victim? Maybe once or twice. But now I'd be happy to be unknown. My scars are not yet pink, and a promise to kiss them and never again let skin break was a promise I was too naive to refuse. And the movie projector keeps rolling on. Cigarette burns mar the corners. The heroine says something clever. You wish you could be her. But you sit there, shoulders clenched, tighter than your jaw. Hey, did you hear what I said? Yeah, my lips curling into a half moon. Right on cue. I heard you. Sandcastle. We built this sandcastle. It took time. It took patience. Blood, sweat, and tears. We braved the tides together, living like kings. We built our sandcastle, but when the waves got too big, tearing down our walls, you were swept out to sea, and I never saw you again. So here I am, starting over in the muck, and grain by grain I build my sandcastle. My crush. Why do we ignore each other? Act like the others not there? What did you want? What was a bother? The past went by and wonder where. I guess I didn't have feelings for you. That was one thing that was true. But some kind of a crush, that when you texted, my heart was in rush. But did you like me? What was your intention? Would you let it again be? 'Cause you repeatedly caught my attention. Ghost in the rain. Your ghost was in the rain today, on a backed up overpass. Through drive dull eyes I saw your glow, in the taillights, through the glass, in sparkling droplets slipping down. I could feel your smile at last, and a shadow of your laughter. For a beat before it passed, a dull blade wiped your light away as horns grumbled from behind. I blinked and gripped the wheel again, and your memory fled my mind. Alone at home and safe in bed, I could not recall the drive, but I smiled for some reason as I felt you by my side. Nine to 5. There is a subtle softness in the morning silence, the birds singing a melodic brilliance. The stillness in the air changes as the sun brightens in stages. The wet and forgiving breeze now spins with heat through the leaves of the trees. And as the humans awaken, their actions not gently taken, the birds give rest to their playful tune, while the rest head to their cages and sing praises of noon. Pessimistic but optimistic about life, conjuring up the question, what am I supposed to do with thyself? It's a meaningful question we ask ourselves. We all know we have very little time, so wonder, explore, treat life more than a dime. Don't cause your life to crumble, because we know we might fall, we might tumble. It is worth it to see the beauty of life, taking a step forward each day, slowly, without a single thought of strife. After a storm, in an instant, river roars, churning blue as gems. Thunder rolls and lightning bends. A soar, a sigh, a bird's cry ends in strangled silence. A cacophony of life riding a rogue wave's decay, and then the world returns to grey. Fishing with God and my Father, for one day I forget that my father is dead, that the sky is blue, that the lake is cold. I forget to hold my breath underwater. I am reminded of my liveliness. My heart shakes like the surface of a lake or a glass if it is moved by a voice or a hand. It may be God's or my father's. It is then that I emerge and remember the shades of the sky, the temperance of the lake. I smile and return to the shore and fish with them.